see that all of you beautiful people would be willing to come out and support me. That means a lot to me. I really didn't want to write a sappy speech because you all would be sitting there watching me cry versus an actual speech. So I was going to write something clever and new, but unfortunately I'm not quite the clever type either. So you guys will have to be okay at my attempt to write a simple, hopefully enjoyable graduation speech. Especially in these last couple months, it's caught me off guard, honestly, that I'm actually graduating. If you don't know me too well, you should know that traditional academics have never been my thing. My mom and siblings can attest that many tears were shed over my schoolwork, especially math. It just didn't come easily to me. While my older siblings were spending their time writing and publishing books, creating book lists, picking up random subjects that weren't required, graduating college at age 17, and writing reports on every single book they read, I was stumbling over how to find the area of a triangle. Academics simply wasn't for me. When I was 10, I started to volunteer at a local preschool. I stayed as a volunteer at St. Mark's Preschool for about 3 years. This was such a huge blessing to me. It was the highlight of my week. I fell in love with my class of 2-year-olds every single year. Not only that, but I got to meet and work with some of my biggest mentors. And then in April of 2016, we moved out of Mooresville to our new beautiful home in Stony Point. It was fun, but it was extremely hard to leave St. Mark's. I will never ever forget that last day of preschool. But the Lord graciously closes some doors, and opens others, and that's just what He did. He opened the door to serve with Child Evangelism Fellowship, also known as CEF. This was a blessing. I had the opportunity to speak truth into children's lives, be a loving figure to them, and share the gospel with them. As I got more and more involved with CEF, I met so many amazing people, which I love and appreciate so much. When I was 14, I got a job at Chick-fil-A Mooresville. I know. I think I was way too young to work then too, now that I look back at it. But it has been and still is an amazing place to work. The people and leadership skills I've gained from it has been incredible. Not to mention the amazing people I get to work with day in and day out. I also had the amazing opportunity to serve as a mother's helper alongside my sister for roughly 3 to 4 years. I have so many sweet memories of our afternoons spent playing with Elijah, Olivia, Isaiah, cleaning, and having wonderful conversations with you, Mrs. Sivchek. In 2018, I had the privilege to serve alongside so many courageous and beautiful women in the At the Well Women's Ministry for a year. This experience really was like no other. I learned and grew so much. Also, since moving to Stony Point, we changed the church we attended. The Oaks Church family has been incredible. I've learned so much and wouldn't have any other church family I'd rather do life with. And not only that, but I've had the privilege to grow up with the most amazing siblings ever, have company and the best of friends for many years, and be raised by some pretty awesome parents. Okay, CeCe, cool stuff, but this is a graduation speech, yes? Sure doesn't sound like it. Well, I share all this because I've come to finally understand something that my mom would always tell me. I know, Mom, finally. You see, I've always had issues with comparing with people. Honestly, I still do. I would always see my siblings and peers doing well at school, not struggling, at least not as much as I was. It was frustrating. Why can't I be good at school? That'd make it so much more easier. Why do I have to be the one to struggle academically? Why can't I be smart? But that's where my mom's beautiful truth comes in. She would tell me, CeCe, you might not have academic smarts, but you have people smarts. Okay, thanks, Mom. That's your way of saying I'm not actually that smart. That is my attitude. Of course, she's telling me that every single time. But as I've been reflecting back on this past season of my life that is unfortunately coming to an end, I've come to realize that she was right. God doesn't make us all the same, thank goodness. I think it'd be a pretty boring world if we all were the same. Same looks, same thought processes, same feelings, same smarts. Did it take me a whole season of life for me to accept the fact that it's okay that I have a different smart than most others? Maybe, but it's all good. I look back on these last 12 plus years of my life, and it makes me smile to think of all the beautiful people that I've been able to come in contact with. All of you guys. You are what made my school years interesting, fun, amazing, and crazy. I wouldn't have it any other way. So, do I know how to find the area of a triangle? Maybe not. But I'm standing in front of dozens of friends that love me for me, and that's what's most important. Don't think for one moment that you aren't good enough. Don't ever tell yourself, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not social enough. Those are lies. God has made us unique, different, and special. And some of you might be thinking, wow, how basic. I'm right there with you. I'm beginning to sound like an inspirational quote, but I'm dead serious. As I said earlier, this world would be boring if we all were the same. And this is where I was going to insert a cheesy example about Skittles, which are my favorite candy, by the way, saying that I wouldn't buy a bag of Skittles if they all were the same flavor. But then I realized that if that flavor was either the purple or red ones, I probably actually would buy them. But anyway, you get the point. These past years have been amazing, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. Now, just so we can get on the same page, and so that I don't have to answer this question 1,000 times after the ceremony, let me tell you about my plans for after graduation. I'm planning on attending Harvard in the fall and getting... No, I'm just kidding. You won't see me at Harvard in a million years. Anyway, I honestly don't have any concrete plans. I know, it's disappointing. As I've seen in the past, God can open closed doors, so I'm trusting